Thanks, Pat. Oh, does that sound like it's coming in? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here on a beautiful actual Saturday night. And longtime friend, third time on the podcast, Franklin, how are we doing, buddy?
Wow, doing good.
I don't think your mic's on, you silly goose.
Oh.
No, it is.
No, it's not.
Oh, his power, yeah.
I must have been on Pat's.
It's okay.
It's been a long time.
Ooh, look at
I'm
this
good.
bad boy.
I mean, I put Pat on mute.
Franklin, what do we got here?
Straight from Angel's Envy Distillery.
Oh, it smells
I mean, it's
nice.
literally the same bottle over here, but
Oh, is it?
yeah,
I thought we had one.
but it's straight from the distillery. So
Sounds better, right?
We have two bottles actually
better.
for him guys.
Yeah, I just saw you another one.
We have
It's
another
like,
bottle of
good.
this?
Yeah,
Oh,
Katrina's,
boy.
Katrina's dad bought me one.
Oh, nice.
And I'm like, oh, I think I got that, but he still bought it anyways.
Well, you got
What
another.
what does this go for at the actual distillery?
$50.
I think it might be cheaper at the place at Costco.
Probably. Thanks for making me feel bad.
Oh, don't be like that, Pat. All right, Pat, what are we doing? You got a whole mess
We're
going
making
on
some
over
old
here.
fashions, but we're gonna smoke them.
Smoke them? Smoke
How-
them if you
How
got
do
them?
you smoke that?
How do I smoke it?
How do you smoke liquids?
You'll see.
No, you don't smoke liquids, you silly goose.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
I know. I'm just.
All right, good. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining us here. And I'm glad that we have Frank on here, this podcast, because last week I had a topic, episode 177, Chris, or 76. Man, we were so many. I don't know if we're...
No, you keep telling me like 140 something, 170 something. I'm pretty sure it's like 148.
Oh, no, you're right. Not in the 70s. What
Yeah,
am I,
because you
dum-dum?
keep confusing
No,
me.
it's 148. I think you're right. Yes. But you know where I can check, Chris? I go to YouTube's Saturday Night Pregame Podcast, and it's under at Podcast S&P, and you can actually check all the videos. And so we are at 148.
Nice.
I don't know how, it's just getting so many. I'm thinking for 150, guys, we do the wing challenge again.
Oof.
The what?
The wing.
The hot,
challenge.
oh, I'm sorry, not the wing challenge, the, what do they call it, Chris? The
hot ones?
hot ones, yes. So you see that, Frank?
That's
Oh,
terrifying.
wait, hold on, Pat. No, I gotta get a short of this.
I gotta do 14. I gotta do 3 more. So no.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. I can get a short of this because I need a short for the day.
Got any smoke detectors up there?
There's one way over there.
Okay.
You know what's nice though? You don't have them. Oh no, well you don't have any. You don't have them connected to the electric, so you
I
can
do
just,
not. Do not.
And also not. They're not connected.
It's not
to
up to code then.
They're not.
Well, no, it is up to code. It's not up to the new code. If the
It's
house
not
were-
up to
If we
code.
were to burn the house down and then we had to rebuild it,
Sir,
we'll put them together.
not up to code.
It smells really nice.
That was
Cherry.
Oh,
It's
my
cherry.
God.
It's cherry, guys.
That was
I
lovely.
wish we had a.
I wouldn't call it cherry, but it was lovely.
I wish it was smell-o-vision because good lord, does that smell good. Frank, the reason I'm happy you're on this podcast is I know you are interested in all the new Alien talk.
We're going back to this again.
How insane! Do you know who's on Advocate right now? Is Tom Segura, Pat Lynch, and he's a favorite comedian of yours. So you should get into this.
It's not a favorite comedian of mine.
Okay, well you've seen him.
I think he's okay.
He's not bad, but he. You know what? You know why this is actually even more
There you
interesting
go,
to me.
Mr. McGraw.
Oh, thank you. It's your birthday. You should get the first one.
It's okay. I'll do the last one myself.
Oh wow. What
That
a
was
nice
kinda
guy.
silly.
What a gentleman.
That was kind of silly. Don't do that right into the face. You know what's funny? Well, we'll get back to this topic. But yesterday we played night golf, Frank, and you know we smoked some stogies, and I have to use the washroom as you do as you're drinking a few beers. I go in and I have my stogie, and the bathroom just stinks. So I say to myself, how can I
Why?
make
Hold
this?
on. Why did you go into the bathroom in night golf?
Because
It's a porta potty.
Because they only have a portalet.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's a porta john.
I know. Just
What?
go in the forest.
We're not all animals, Frank.
There was
At night.
there were coyotes roaming the, or coyotes prowling.
Oh
the
yeah,
outside.
there was for sure. I think a
Coyote
pack
got
of-
a dog. We're pretty
Yes, a pack of coyotes got a dog.
Oh, you heard something?
Oh, it's
yeah.
bad.
We have them by us, and they're loud. Like when they howl and stuff, you can hear the
Oh, yeah.
coyotes.
It
So you kind
was-
of know they're around.
You could
but-
hear the and like the
Yeah.
ow, like it
Anybody
was.
else want
Yeah.
another short here? Are we going another one?
What's up?
Are we filming this one?
Yeah, how about we do the next one? I'll get the whole thing in there. So we got a whole lot to talk about in this, but so the
Alien
reason I
talk.
wanted to ask you about it, Frank, is I wanted to get your thoughts on Tom Segura. The reason he thinks this might be realistic, one of the reasons he thinks it might be realistic that there are truly aliens and alien spacecraft, is because there's two things. One is the technology boom since the 40s, since the first actual report of alien spacecraft. And with the fiber optics and all this shenanigans that he thinks that we didn't have any of this stuff. We were nowhere near any of this stuff. And then out of nowhere, in less than 100 years, we are the amount of technology that we have now.
You know, so
is
that last
insane.
week I did.
What's up?
I said the exact same thing last
No,
week.
you didn't.
What do you mean?
What you just said about Tom Segura was talking about. I talked about the same thing on the podcast.
Are you
last
saying
week.
that aliens gave us technology?
No,
Is
we
that
stole.
what
We reverse engineered it with one of their ship credits. Is what they're saying.
Yeah, that's what I think. This is kind of awkward, but I think that's. And I wanted to see what you thought. So you have not really looked into this, huh?
I mean, it's
Damn it,
been
Franklin.
it's been a while. I mean, it's been years. There was a few years ago, not even now, that they had a few Navy jets that confirmed it. So I'm a little confused why it's such big news.
Oh, because
now.
they just did an actual.
They
Senate,
actually, yeah.
No, they
Senate
did a
thing,
Senate
yeah.
thing, and
I'm just saying. I think that's why no one cares.
Under oath.
I don't know. Most people
Yes.
don't. It was
Yes,
like
that's what we talked about
a
last
millennial
week.
thing that we have so many problems, we just don't care.
Like it's insane thinking about it because last week, or that's what I was saying to these guys. Like, how is no one talking about this? There's a guy who was in the space program who has confirmed that we have alien life form,
Yeah.
and nobody said anything.
No one cares.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Frank, could you do me one quick?
There's other issues
Make
to
sure
be
there's
had,
bourbon in that.
Mr.
I'm not sure I
McGraw.
put bourbon in Frank's drink.
What's up, Chris?
Make
There's
sure
other
there's
issues to
Yeah,
be
I'm not sure I
had.
put the bourbon
Can you give me
inside.
one
You
more
definitely-
one issue that's more
bourbon.
Okay, so, yeah.
could change the entire way we live than aliens?
The market going up and down, especially for us.
What if these aliens are?
What
not
about the
nice-
1.55 billion that
If they're from
the Lotto's there?
if it was 40 years, don't you think they would have attacked us by now?
I mean, it's not about even attacking. I think like the main idea of how to travel through the universe would be the biggest thing. Like you have
That's
to have
true.
you basically have to have wormholes in some fashion.
Yes.
Also,
Yeah.
don't you think
So
that
like they would have to have wormholes to even get here because there's no physical way to get here in any kind of time that makes
I
sense.
mean, also, if you want to get to conspiracy theories,
So
why,
that's where the technology.
you want to talk about why it's not a bigger story. So we're a very like Christian country, right? And doesn't that would kind of question the thoughts about is there God, one God kind of deal?
I don't
That's
think
why
it has to do with it.
You don't think so?
No.
That's just a theory.
It's a
It's a
theory.
theory. It's a theory.
It's a theory.
I think it's kind of been suppressed by the media a little bit because you don't really see it on the media at all. I feel like, but I could be wrong, but I don't think you see it a lot on the media.
I mean,
And-
I see that a little bit.
It's not
but
negative.
It's been
That's
like
why.
I said, there was a few years ago that
True.
Navy jets they had video and it was like legit Navy pilots confirming that they had the video of them in a fighter and this thing they have it locked on the camera and the thing just
Called the
takes
Tic Tac.
off. It just takes off. So like it was pretty confirmed that was alien in some fashion. There's no way something could go that fast and they no one knows what it is. So
Yeah.
I
And
think
it-
it's
it
been kind
dropped,
of known.
and- yes. Yeah.
And so I don't know, like obviously they're not attacking us, so that's a good thing. If that's the
They're
issue.
probably just waiting for us to kill ourselves.
Well, I mean, who knows? Think of it this way: like we look at chimpanzees who have 99% of our DNA as like animals. That's probably what they're doing to us. They're like, look at these animals, because obviously they're probably a little ahead of us and stuff. So
Just a bit.
we're just probably a zoo for them. So they just come and visit and look at us.
Probe us.
Joe Rogan was talking about this on his podcast that sorry, trying to get this as a short.
Yeah.
It's not working out as well. Oh, look at that smoke, baby.
I like the drop in the smoke. That's pretty cool.
Okay, let me just
you
save
go.
this. So no. And one thing that Joe Rogan said is we've been doing all these. When the first one of the first or most of the sightings started after World War II when we started doing the atomic bomb.
So maybe that was a signal for them to come. Hey, what's
Yeah,
going
no,
on
they
here?
wanted to see these idiots trying to blow themselves up. And maybe they're going to try to stop us from doing like a nuclear war. It's kind of his thought. Or like watching, like Frank says, it's like a TV show for them. Like, are these dumb monkeys going to kill
Was it
themselves?
Oh, like South
Rick
Park.
and Morty? Show us what you got.
Yes. Yeah.
Or South Park where they had like us on a reality show.
Yeah.
And they were going to just blow up Earth because they realized that they were being on a reality show.
That was South Park?
Yeah, South Park did it in like season 7 or something.
That's cool. I like that Rick and Morty did that. The shows your like a what is it, American Idol?
Like a talent show, yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. So we should have brought Katrina up, but the reason we have these beautiful old fashions that are tremendous. I like the Angel Envy in this a lot.
I got a good story for my visit
Yes,
too.
oh, that'd be great. And then
we have time.
we have a ton of time and a ton of awesome topics. But the Pat's beautiful fiance got him like a whiskey smoker, and you usually got to pay a lot of money.
Little chemist over here.
Yeah, you gotta actually get a ton of money, or it costs a lot to get one of these in a nice restaurant where you get a nice smoky cocktail. And it would have really been nice if Pat would have brought this torch last night when we were smoking stogies because we had some BS
This
lighter.
torch is running out.
Yeah, I gotta get some more butane of it.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Chris is not getting a good one.
No, Chris got the good one.
Oh, Pat to the birthday boy didn't get a good one.
That's all right.
Wow.
I had smoke a treatise.
Butane really want to.
Well, I wasn't sure. The only problem with this torch is I don't know when it's full, so I just put a bunch in there, and then I don't know if it keep going or not. There's no place to stop it really.
Butane's tricky.
Oh, so Pat's not giving up on it. He's gonna throw a little
got
butane.
it.
No.
Okay, Pat or Frank. Let me. So let's start this over. Pat just looked like he hit his head. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining us on a beautiful Saturday night. I got my boy Chris McGraw on the ones and the twos, looking good today. A little sad.
A little upset at myself.
Got a little sad, but it's okay. We gotta pump up that. Don't you know you gotta pump it up? Just pump it up for the podcast.
I can't yet.
You gotta fake it till you make it, Chris.
I'm trying my best not to hit Pat. He's doing his best to piss me off like he does Joe Keneally.
Well, it wouldn't be a podcast if Pat's not pissing somebody.
Yeah.
We got the birthday boy mixing up the mixologist Pat having a good old time refilling his butane. We got our second favorite host. Well, really our only other host, Pat.
I mean guest.
Well, he's kind of a host. I would consider him a host of the podcast.
Who?
Frank. He's hosted.
Host?
He's hosted this podcast 3 times now, like a not like a special guest host, not just a guest. No, you don't think he's as
I'd call me a guest.
I would say special
I like
guest.
him- I like him as
don't
more of
know.
a co-
Normally
I
when
didn't host anything. I haven't done anything.
Peter,
What do
you're
we
the
call it,
host.
the substitute?
You're the host of the podcast. If you weren't here and Frank was doing all the talking,
I'd be the co-host.
that would be
Fair
the
enough,
host.
fair enough.
Yeah.
But wouldn't you consider yourself a host?
No,
Me and Chris the talent.
no, not even close.
Okay, well, one of
A
our
special.
favorite guests,
I say special attraction for myself.
Special attraction.
one of our favorite ghosts or guest ghosts.
Ghosts. I like ghosts
Frank,
better.
Frank looking great in his nice. Look at
Yeah,
look at
NASA.
this.
I was
Talk,
on
bring it in,
point.
baby. Bring it in
Exactly.
for the NASA talk. Man looks well rested, ready for another school year.
Oh, yeah.
And your host with the most, myself, Peter. We are enjoying. I love being back on a Saturday. We're in the basement.
This is raining outside.
Yeah, I wish we were outside for
It
sure.
wasn't really raining outside, but
It
it
wasn't too
just
bad.
had rained.
Chris, did you check out that comment on 176 about them people liking your apartment better than the basement?
No, I have not had a chance to.
I mean, I
view.
hope his apartment's nice in my basement.
Well, yes, that's true.
But a lot
I'll
more
go
work.
Yeah.
take a
A lot more
look.
work in that
hope.
apartment than his basement.
If it's a Steve Anderson comment, I'm just gonna destroy this podcast.
No,
I'm just gonna go on a riot right now.
So
That's
we
when you're
got
loyal
a
fans.
ton of topics. Let's start with Frank. You said you got a little something you want to throw out there about Angel Envy. Then we'll go into last week. Give you some thoughts on weddings and all that shenanigans.
You gonna tell the people about your golf game last night? Or are you gonna spare them from that?
Now we can give them a little bit of the insight into night golf. This will be the third year we probably talked about, which is cool.
All right, cheers, guys.
Cheers. Well, yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
my
thanks,
bad.
Pat.
I started drinking.
Sorry that I forgot to put bourbon in Frank's originally.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pressure, Frank. It's a lot
All
of
right.
pressure.
Well, let's start. So as I'm making this this stupid short, I'm trying to do the podcast that is short. Last weekend, if you check out episode 177, which is a wedding.
You mean 146?
Why do I? I don't know why I'm going to
Because you keep thinking that how many people viewed the last podcast.
No, I just think 77 sounds better.
No.
I think we're closer to 200. 147. Jeez. It was a wedding. Well, it wasn't really a wedding pregame, but
It was the pregame to the pregame of the wedding.
yes. So we did. For last Friday, we had the rehearsal dinner, which wasn't really the rehearsal. It was more just a dinner to get to know kind of the people. We come back here, have an awesome podcast. Totally forgot. We were a little tipsy. Not tipsy, but we're feeling a little buzzed. And forgot that we had told everybody at the wedding that we do a podcast. So everybody at the wedding checked out last week's podcast and were very nice about it. But then I didn't realize how much we talked about the Friday night dinner on the podcast. I was like, that's kind of, like, not that we said anything negative or anything like that, but it's all like, oh, did I, like, as you start hearing yourself talking, like, oh God, what did I say? What did I say? What did I say?
I remember being all complimentary.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
caught up with some guys you haven't seen in a while.
No, it was a great time, and the wedding was unbelievable. I'm gonna put this out in the podcast world. I am not the biggest fan of a live band for a wedding.
Why is that?
I just
I'm in the same boat. I agree.
I think it's.
Oh, no, I'm in the same boat.
I think it's you want to hear like the. To me, it's like
Hey,
you want to hear the song.
I didn't ask you. I asked Peter.
No, go ahead, Pat. Let me. So I
I
can
think
finish the story.
I think when you hear certain songs, you expect them to sound a certain way. Then when it's a band, as talented as the band is, and they were a good band. I thought they were good. Like it's just not quite the same. And also, I don't think the acoustics in that place did them any favors.
No, the acoustics definitely didn't do them any favors.
I will give it one good thing is I was at a wedding and there was a live band and probably had one of the coolest moments of my life. and not even of myself, but this guy, the groom and the bride, it was some friends of ours. We were 10 years ago, so 20s, and the groom decided to sing the first song. Now imagine you're like, oh boy,
Please don't give Peter
This ain't gonna be good.
this is gonna be.
This is not gonna be good.
Please don't give Peter any ideas.
It was the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, that's awesome.
He sang a rock song, and I'm gonna forget it is because he caught me off guard here. But he was crowd surfing, and he hit every.
Oh wow, that's pretty
He
bad.
hit
Was it like an
every
actual stage?
note. He hit every note. I was like, one of those moments where you see somebody and you're like, that is the coolest person I've ever met, and I will never be that cool in my entire life. There's no way. I could never do that.
That's insane.
I could never hit those notes and crowd surf at my own wedding, and I would never sing the first song. I would never have the.
I don't know,
the
Frank.
balls to do it.
Get you a little loose and get
I'm-
some
no
some
way.
feeling
Like
going.
Frank-
We'll see Frank on the.
I'm
We'll see
just
Frank up there.
saying. I'm just saying. It was one of the coolest moments. So that was a live band, and they killed it. It was really
Yeah.
cool. So
maybe it is the band then, I guess. But
Yeah.
here's the other thing. I've only been at one wedding where it was a live. No, two weddings
Now
where it was a live
it
band.
says John. Yeah.
Because it was Lindsay and Andy and John and
Oh,
H.
that's right. They did have a live band. I forgot about that.
And I don't think I particularly liked either. And then Lindsay at the end, she did like during cocktail hour, dinner, like she did a live band. But then after when it was dancing, they brought on a DJ to kind of play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen that too. It's cool.
And I'm not saying that the band was bad. It's just like it's tough to.
It's like a cover band. So
Yeah.
you're kind of like, meh.
These aren't like, and they're all 90 or like they're
Yeah.
all early 2000s, like the kind of hip hop ish, easier songs to play. But no one,
Yeah.
the dance floor wasn't as popping. As
I know
let's
though,
say.
there's some bands like that cost a lot of money, and
We
like,
strictly play 80s Joel.
well, you gotta like pay for those.
Play
really
Piano
good
Man.
ones.
It's
Like
only
really
80s,
pay
man.
for it, like something crazy, like $5,000 or something. Like it's crazy. I've
Yeah.
heard of that where you have to actually pay for a good, live band, and they're
But
good.
other the wedding was fun.
But-
Nice place, cool place.
I thought the place was awesome. Food was great.
my
Food was good,
my place of where I live, Aurora.
Yes.
Yeah, where it's company
Yeah.
251.
I got to
was
give you
that.
that. I should have brought that. I
Aurora,
wish
Illinois.
I should have given you. I should. So Chris, we didn't talk about this. So give you a little of kind of. This is actually a part of the wedding. One of the funner things I've only been in 2 wedding parties. This is my second wedding party because I was with Joe's. That was my first, and John's my second. And Joe's was great. We went to Joe's. We hung out in his room, got dressed together. But he had an actual mass that was like an hour and 15 minutes long. So there wasn't anything you could do during the day. John did not do a wedding or like a wedding mass. And so we went to the casino during the day in the morning. And then, everybody gets in there about 9:15. So you're all a little like sluggish, whatever. But getting to the casino, getting on a hot roll, it
Getting
was.
that oxygen pumped into you.
Yes.
You got on a hot roll, huh?
They played
Play
Play in
crap.
the field, man. Play in the field.
Everybody played the field. We all
Oh
put
my
all the money in the
No,
field.
we played the line.
Have you told that story here?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure we told you.
I think Peter told at least
Like
like 6
6 times.
times
It's gotta
on
be at least 7
Saturday.
times.
Good.
You should know, Frank. You should mark it when you listen to the podcast every week, which
yeah,
one
of
it's on.
course.
Yeah, buddy. What's wrong with you? So again, so we go there. They're playing craps, and they've got 2 hot rollers. 2 of my buddies are hot rollers, and it's just and the
It's awesome.
it's so much fun.
Yeah.
And the dealers or the dealers, right? They are loving it because they're usually Saturday morning, 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's just old people who are curmudgeon me. Or cokeheads like the one we had behind us who was
yeah.
acting like a big show. And he was absolutely coked out. But they actually said, thank you for making our morning this much fun. It was that much fun.
They're getting tips. It's
Yes.
like
Oh,
that's.
everybody's
I
killing
mean,
it.
that's the thing. Most good dealers like they want you to win. So
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
it's
So they're
not
getting
like
tipped.
National Lampoon's Vacation or Vegas Vacation.
It's like where the
they
guy's,
don't
like,
want
mocking
you to
him.
lose.
Where he's laughing you in the face.
yeah, exactly. That's not how it works.
The best part is these guys
blackjack?
guys
Yeah.
kill it. One dude walked out with $750.
That's
And it
it.
couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. I was super
Yeah.
happy that he
Who won the $700?
Ray.
Ray.
Yeah, he
No,
killed it.
the
Yeah.
best man.
That's
right?
good.
No, that was Beal.
That's Beal, that's right,
Yeah,
sorry.
Beal. Ray did unbelievable. But Ray was super nice too. Him and our other buddy Brian Doherty were super nice to me and Chris. We were on their side trying to learn the game. But they're also on like a huge heater, so you're trying not to
Yes.
get in their way.
Oh.
But they are super.
Yeah.
Is that how it works?
Not when you
When you're on a heater, you
when
don't want to get in their way.
First
huh?
of all, when you're a nice guy,
Listen. When
Get the
you're
fuck away from me.
yeah, when you're A, first
Dude.
a nice guy, B, you're helping before you get on the heater. You're more than willing to discuss and help
Yeah.
people out.
And it was Saturday morning. That's like the best time to learn.
Yes.
But
Like-
yeah, he was also like they were
Yeah,
also on
it's
the heater,
cool.
and he was still like answering questions.
Yeah,
like I would
yeah,
ask like
that's good.
like
They did not
weird
get-
questions.
yeah.
He'd still be
I
very
was
nice.
2 in the
yeah.
morning with coked
No,
out
yeah,
heads
no.
around me, like, don't get killed here.
I get what your thing
Yeah.
was, but yeah, like
No,
me-
that's the best. That's
Peter-
what I did.
Peter
Yeah.
saved me from-
I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Peter saved me from like screwing them up because like they were like they'd bet all the numbers on the top,
Yeah.
and I was just playing below the line
Yeah,
and the line.
yeah.
And I was like, maybe I should like because the guy kept rolling 6. I'm like, maybe I should do it. And Peter's like, no, you don't want to mess that juju up. I'm like, good point.
No,
So
you
I-
can- I don't think that's that big of a deal.
but like I held back and like they
Yeah.
got like 3 more times. So I'm like great. Like
Yeah.
It's all about the juju.
Yeah.
But that's
they
what's
were-
cool about craps.
yeah.
You can just play the minimum bet and just be a part of the fun.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't have
Yeah.
to even do.
And I
all
mean
the
I did
side
that for
bets,
like the
so.
longest time.
Chris,
like,
yeah. Chris walked out. We walked out with like
So you can pass on
$200
on the rolling, right?
yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what's even crazier? What you can do is you can stop your bet. So if the guy's going, you just put a stop and your bet stays on the table. And so you say go or I'll collect.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You
That's
just
and they put a stopper
redo it.
on your money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. But again, just wanted to say that they were super nice. Took the time to like just explain things. And
Yeah.
as they're in a heater where nobody wants to be, no one
Yeah.
wants to get off.
Oh
the
yeah,
juju.
you don't want to screw anybody's
Yeah.
thing up.
Because they were doing things that I've never heard of. Like he bought the 10, and I'm like as it's going on, and not right away, but it was a couple. I'm like, hey, what did it mean to
Yeah.
buy
Yeah,
the
they
10?
ca- they
There's a
were
lot of
using-
wild. There's like a lot of side.
They were
bets.
they were
I
like
remember
using
Frank
like,
explaining to me, and I used to remember like everything we did last time, and now I don't remember any of it. Again.
It's some of it I don't play a lot of the side bets. Like if you ever want my dad, he'll explain. I mean, he worked in the casino for like 20 years, so
Yeah,
he'll
they were
explain
awesome.
every single side bet, and it's insane. There's a lot.
Oh,
So
there is.
Yeah, they were-
It's
they were-
cool.
they were
But you
sp-
bet how you want to bet. That's what's
Yeah.
fun about.
they were
roulette,
explaining
or,
like they were
craps.
using the word like add a unit to this, add a unit to
Yeah,
that. I'm like,
yeah.
you're over my head on this.
Yeah.
Like there was
It
the
gets-
combat that they were doing.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell?
Yeah,
It was,
that's what I'm saying.
pretty,
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun, and it's so cool when everybody's winning, and so this was a great start. It could have gone the other way, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody could have been out $300, 10 minutes. We're early at the bar. Just
That's
drinking
at me and
something.
Peter because we only bet 100.
Yeah, we don't
Yeah.
get crazy. But the funny part is these guys kill it. Ray and our other buddy Frank signed up for this thing. They got a free spin, like a $50 spin. Or
You
something.
could
Maybe-
spend like a 20. I think it was like a $25
Yes,
like slot machine spin.
That's fun.
They just because they're never going to be in Aurora to do this again. They just did it. My buddy Ray won $250. So
Nice.
he won
Nice.
$500 in craps, and then he won another $250.
Yeah.
There. So that's awesome. And then my other buddy Frank, who had the same role, won $100.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. So it was just a great day. But then my
Peter was the only one who didn't win.
I got
I-
greedy, Peter.
I walk up to the blackjack because they're playing a little bit. I'm like, I'll throw $5 in. $5 immediately lose. I'm like, all right, I got to get this back. Another 5. I win. I'm up. I'm even. So I'm like, okay.
$5.
Now I'm down 10.
Hey, that's a lot of money for Peter, right?
So we're
Nice.
playing around, and then Chris comes over, and I'm like, Chris, you're good luck. Come over. Chris, we get to 10, and Chris is like, just bet it all. Let's go for it. Bet it all. Bust.
Bye.
I'm like,
I've never seen so many 2s and 3s handed out in
Oh,
that
I
video
know, it's
poker in
insane.
my life.
you know what's the funny part? I
Video
should have
blackjack.
walked away though, because as soon as I walked in, I put my 5 in. I tried to play it. I didn't play it. It was a blackjack. I should have immediately took my money out.
Should have.
But so we go from there. We go to a nice lunch. We go back. We literally there's a short up of what guys do after you get dressed. You just sit around and drink and smoke cigars. That's just all we had to do.
Yeah.
The wedding. Me and Chris walk around like jackaloons because they don't really.
Yeah,
need
we're
the
ushers.
suit.
Yeah, I don't know
don't
why
really
they
need us,
had
but
us
that's
there.
fine. It was a great time because we got to hang out with these guys all day. Guys, we're not going to be able to see
I
probably.
snuck in past the ushers, and then I got thrown out by the wedding coordinator.
The ushers probably weren't downstairs yet.
And
No,
just-
you were about you guys. It was like the rehearsal. You guys were doing the
yeah.
rehearsal part.
Having a great time. Wedding was amazing. We left, got on the party bus, the wedding party bus out of there. We took over the music, doing jams for John and Age, having a great time. They decided all to go. We go for one more walk with the maid of honor. She's able to get into one of the bars because
Matron, right?
yeah,
Wow.
whatever. She gets into the bar and we slide in with her and have one more drink.
I don't know what happened to them when they walked in. Like we
They
lost.
went to
They
the left and
disappeared.
we went right to the
Yeah,
bar.
we lost them immediately. I was like, okay, we were at features, Frank.
There you go. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Tremendous
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Place.
And then Sunday, not hungover at all. Slept in a little bit. Volleyball was great. We won 2 games. Got to bed early. It's been a. Oh, actually not. That's a
I
lie.
don't think we got the bet early there, big
There was
dog.
nothing worse than the 7:30 volleyball game. I'll tell you that much. We were so hoping.
Yeah, I did not like a 7:30 game.
We were hoping for a forfeit.
Peter was getting really mad there because they were still playing and they ran we started like 10 minutes, 15 minutes late, and Peter's like, "This is bullshit."
It was
Let's go.
7:40.
Let's go.
I wanted to be like. I was trying to tell Elaine, like, can you just like? I'm not that 7:30 though. We didn't start till 7:40. I'm like, we're not getting home until 9:15.
If that game went any longer, it would have been dark out.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It was dark.
It looked like we
yeah.
were playing like like they were like practicing team huddling. I'm like, we're playing at
They
some
worked
college.
their game plans, and we still beat them 2-3.
Yeah, we still beat them.
They were not happy.
Yeah, they were not happy that last game for sure.
So the Saturday night pregame volleyball team
I know I played a big part in that third game.
is now ranked 13 in the league.
Yes.
And playoffs starting this week.
Considering
Almost made it back to
big time.
500.
Considering how bad we started out, we're getting better.
And we almost made it back to 500.
All right, Frank. But live in this podcast up, give me a little story about your time in St. Louis.
Same
Louisville.
Same thing.
Not
Almost.
It's close.
Well, it's not even. It was just a funny, weird stories, and I'm not a huge huge bourbon row. Like, I don't do a ton of tasting, so I didn't know what I was doing. But I've been to enough distilleries where it's like, okay, I kind of know what's going on, and it's fun. So it was like Angel's Envy. I do love the bourbon. I gotta go check this out. So my wife and I just drive up and walk in the distillery, and as soon as I walk in, the guy at the front desk is like, can I help you? I'm like, yeah. So we tried before this. We tried to get the tour, and we were too late. I guess you have to be like 3-4 weeks before, so we didn't get a tour. So it's like, let's just go and see what they got and just hang out. It doesn't have to be anything crazy like a tour. Let's just hang out.
Yeah.
So I walk up to the guy and I was like, yeah. Do you have any something like a tap room or a bar? And the guy just looks at me. He's like,
Oh no.
what?
Are you stupid?
He's like, what? I'm like, like a tap room, like, try your whiskey, have some drinks, like a bar or something like that. He's like, we don't do that.
That's a brilliant idea.
I'm like, well, okay. He's like, I've never heard of that before. I've never heard a distillery having a tap room. I'm like, I've been to many.
Yeah.
Everyone I've ever been to has one.
I know. I knew that, so I wasn't stupid. And I'm like, I've been to enough. And he's like, tell me what? I've never heard of that. He's like, tell me what distillery.
Tell me what do tap rooms
So
do.
in Iowa, I've been to one. I forgot the name.
There's one in Galena.
Yeah, it was Cedar Ridge in Iowa. I love that whiskey too in Cedar Ridge. Shout out. And they have you walk in and it's literally you walk into a bar. It's literally you walk into a bar and they got all their they have gin and all sorts of stuff.
So
they make a bunch of stuff.
The distillery in Galena's got the same thing. You walk in, you make
and
cocktails.
so the guy is just like I'm an idiot, and it's like one of those like, am I an idiot? Like this is Whiskey
you are.
Row. Like
I'm
I should
Ron
know.
Burgundy.
I should probably be a little more educated on something here. So I kind of looked around and I kind of you're kind of in this weird mood because I really like Angel's Envy and it was really and I'm like kind of in a bad mood now. I'm like, okay, so I just kind of left. You're like that little kid you leave and you're just like, oh, and you feel so bad about
so frustrated.
And so I get in my car and I'm like, I gotta look at these reviews. I swear we saw something.
Yeah.
And we did. And we looked it up and there's a bar in there. And so I'm like, what the heck?
Oh,
the guy's a different
Yeah.
building or something maybe?
No. And so I walk back in, and the guy he led a group, so he worked there. Some people are like, did he even work there, or just some guy messing?
Oh, yeah.
And
That's
I'm
what I
like, no,
was
he
thinking.
was. You walked, and I just asked another guy, and I was like, you guys got same question. You got some we can get a drink and try some things out. And the guy's like, yeah, we have tasting in 5 minutes or 10 minutes. I'm like, yeah, this is why I'm here. And so it was just such a weird moment where it just was this guy just
Is he that? Yeah,
it was so awkward.
That
And
guy probably looked at Frank and was like, nah, I don't want this guy here.
I guess I don't know what I don't know
don't
what
like
happened.
we don't like
What do
those
you think
tan
it
people.
was?
No idea. I mean,
Was he?
Here's what I
ladies and gentlemen,
think.
In the comments below, do you think this guy was messing with Frank, or was he that dumb?
Well, here's what I
or
think.
was it his first week?
I want to think.
No.
I wanna
He was
think
established. So
I want to think he was
I think he was
messing with
messing with
Frank a
Frank.
little
I
bit.
think no. Here's what I think. I think he thought I was talking about going into the room with the barrels, and I was tapping the barrels and trying each barrel.
No, I want to
Yeah.
try this one.
Yeah, 'cause and maybe it wasn't my fault. I said tap room because that's
Yeah, that's
breweries.
that's
you
a
say
bar
tap
thing.
room. Yeah, that's what it's called. So maybe I used the wrong lingo at first.
I mean, between tasting and tap room,
but
I
I
think you
did
could
say tap
kick the
room
dots.
or bar or something.
Oh yeah.
So
Can I try
did
some of
kind
your alcohol?
I think you should have connected the dots there. That guy.
I would assume so too. And I was and I was to try some of the stuff, and it was just I don't know what it was.
I don't think it's on
I
you,
gotta
Frank.
imagine he's thinking like I wanted to sit and just tap all the barrels and like.
Frank's
this
like,
guy's
I want to try that one and that one
Who's
and
this
that
guy?
one.
Who's this guy coming here wanting to try all the barrels? Like,
They're not even finished.
that's how he talked to me.
They're not
So,
even finished. They're not finished yet.
All the bottom barrels. Like,
Yeah.
all these are
so
great.
that's how he talked to
They're
me.
not
That's
even
why I was
finished yet.
assuming he meant that's what he
Yeah.
thought I meant. So I don't know. It was just really awkward and weird. But like you're like
You should've
why
walked
would you
in-
be like, well, we don't have that, but we have this option of a
Something.
tasting.
Yeah.
So it was just really awkward. It
We
was
should
just so
we should all
funny.
go back with
And
like a
shout
chisel
out,
and a
like I
hammer.
went back in and the tasting was great. Like we had a tasting with some other guy and he was awesome. He was hilarious and awesome. A Southern gentleman telling us how to taste bourbon and it was good. It was
That's
cool.
awesome.
So it was a really good experience overall, but it was just like really awkward. That first, I don't know. I'm happy I walked back in because I'm like, I'm not this young. I'm not this like trusting. Like, no, I've been to many distilleries that have a tasting tap.
I mean,
bar,
we went to
whatever
one
you want to call it. Like,
in Nashville that had the
I was thinking the
moonshine.
same.
exactly. So I know that happened. So
They
anyways,
gave us a tasting.
it was just a funny like.
So if you go to
awkward-
Angel's Envy in Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky, bring yourself a
Don't-
chisel and a hammer so you can
I
tap them
guess,
barrels.
Yeah. Don't call it a tap.
Yeah, just come in with a hammer and a
You're
chisel.
gonna get
I'm
some
here
weird
to
looks.
try. I'm here to
try
tap
all the bourbon,
everything.
all the bourbon.
I'm here to tap everything.
I gotta imagine that's what he thought I meant. Like I'm just gonna sit here and just pull.
They let you tap the barrels, really?
Yeah.
So, and again, why were you in Louisville?
Friend's sister's baby shower. It was more like
Zach's sister's baby shower.
yeah, we wanted to just like get away too. So it was nice to see everybody, but also we were like, hey, it's a good excuse to like go see a city we actually haven't visited as
Oh,
adults.
nice.
So
yeah,
it
what did
was
you
awesome.
think of Louisville?
What?
How long?
Oh,
Were you, how many days were you in?
10 out of 10, dude. I loved it. It was
Oh, yeah?
awesome.
One
Yeah.
question: are there races where the Kentucky Derby is the rest of the year? Did you see anything there, or is that not?
Oh,
a thing?
I didn't go. No, I
No,
didn't go to the
Churchill.
racetrack.
'Cause I assume
didn't
there are
have much
races
time.
other
Hey,
points
Chris,
in
do me a
the year.
favor. You can get that water. Right
We
there.
were like downtown,
No.
and so we
Do
just
it.
did bar
There's
hopping,
this big-ass cord in
speakeasy.
my way.
The food is great. I mean, food is amazing. The bars are really cool. Like I said, we had a little speakeasy, like a bourbon speakeasy. It was
That's
really, really
awesome.
cool. Yeah,
So did you stay one night?
just the one night, and I need to go back again. I was like, we need to come back.
I always want to do the
So-
Bourbon Row a little bit. That'd
Chris,
be
it's
fun.
okay.
Yeah, that's- I would love to
don't
do
trip
that.
over the
What?
Don't trip over the podcast. I get
going.
it.
I'm gonna just walk all the
Oh,
way
Yeah,
around.
Kentucky it was cool. Like
Okay.
Whiskey Row and stuff. I want
So to bring it back to the weddings, I was we actually I forget who I had this conversation with. I was a little tipsy on last week's podcast, and but we were talking. I think it might have been Lauren, Katrina, maybe Pat and Chris or something, and maybe some of the other guys. But there used to be a lot of wedding traditions, like the hokey pokey was a wedding tradition, the chicken dance was a wedding tradition, the girdle, the toss of the flowers.
We did the girdle.
The toss of the flowers.
You did the girdle?
Yeah,
He did the chicken
I
dance.
don't
He did
remember
the
the
hokey
girdle at all.
pokey.
Year's wedding.
It's weird. It
Frank was
really
way
is.
more.
I don't remember that one though.
Frank was
We did,
way
I remember.
more traditional with all this stuff that I remember as a kid
Yeah.
than any wedding now at all. I have no idea what's going on. Like I don't feel like there's any more traditions.
I mean, good. Some of those were kind of dumb.
But I mean,
Chicken dances.
We don't really have any. Like,
I don't.
this
I don't.
is-
I
some
don't like.
people
I
like
don't
it.
like the chicken dance and things like that. I think they're kind of dumb.
What I do like, I notice more, and I
But
guess
doesn't
we
that get
should-
more people into the wedding?
I mean, I really do like if I'm gonna do a dance, I really do like shout or something to get everybody into. it or
Yeah,
something.
I think there's better songs than.
I don't know. I'm kind of partial. I think like with older people, like you get the chicken dance. It's not like a big like
I just hate it so
movement
much.
thing or the hokey pokey.
YMCA.
I
can
mean,
do
even the
YMCA, I could say
Yeah.
YMCA.
I could see the
But
like
I feel
the
like you
limbo.
get people on the dance floor. You start with a couple of those, get people feeling good, and then like it's more of a social thing. Then like, here the band's on. 80% of the people are going to go outside and just keep talking, which is fine. I'm okay
Yeah.
with that. But I feel like we used to get like more of a bonding moment in a lot of these weddings with these wedding traditions of the hokey pokey because everybody could do.
Do you
the
think about that
hokey.
more when you were a kid, or is it as an adult you think that more?
I just feel like it was again the wedding was amazing, and I think of Joe's wedding, and Joe did a little bit of like some Irish music traditions, not a lot.
That's not gonna happen
But
at my wedding.
you don't. I haven't been to a wedding with the flower. That used to be a thing where people
Yeah,
women
it's
used to
true.
tackle
yeah, I
each
thought
other.
that was a
Flowers.
thing. Yeah.
That doesn't
We
happen
did that too.
anymore.
I'll have to ask
We
Katrina
did
if she wants to
a
do
lot,
that. If
we
she's
did
gonna do
a
that at her
lot.
wedding. I have to ask her to do the wedding or not.
She's just gonna hand it off to somebody. Probably
with,
Lauren.
with the initials L and D.
I
Didn't,
still
didn't
think.
just hand Katrina.
She did, yeah.
Yeah.
Katrina, yeah, she totally had Katrina, yeah.
And that was what
That worked out. That worked
7
out
years
well.
Later,
7 years later.
Yeah, hey, do it. Hey,
18
have her do it
years
for
on.
me. I got another 7 years then.
So you're
Just
welcome.
bought you 7 years. You're welcome, Peter.
Yeah. No, but seriously, I don't know. And I was hoping Joe would be here on this podcast so I could ask him, see if he's got, because I know Ireland probably has way better wedding traditions. I feel like every culture but us has better
Well, I
wedding
mean, I remember Gavin's like the dance with the clip money to him. Like I've never seen that before.
Yeah, that's a big thing. I've
That's
never seen
actually
that,
a huge thing. Brian, so we did talk with Brian. I think maybe
Yeah.
you guys actually the guys. And Brian said That used to be a bigger thing too, where you had to pay $1 because again, you were trying to get this young couple on their feet and out the door with some money.
I had never before Gavin's. I'd never seen a wedding.
You would pay $1 to dance with the bride.
Yeah.
You know what? The one thing that I noticed that was a big thing, like tradition that at a couple other weddings that I've seen that hasn't kind of gone on, is the bride and groom not seeing each other the day of. Like John and Adriana were really about like
Joe and Sarah were the same way.
I don't remember so much about like I know that like for Gavin's wedding they had like a big reveal like outside the hotel, just the wedding party.
You can do it like
and he turned around. But like they were all like they were doing pictures before the church and everything like that.
It's called
like,
a first look. You can determine if you want to do like the first look or not.
So
Yeah.
a
Which
lot
is
of
kinda
that.
like, let's be honest. Sorry, not to cut you off, but isn't that kind of silly?
But I
You've
mean
seen
that-
this chick
it's-
for
yeah.
but I mean like that was
it's more singing. It's more singing in their wedding dress. Is what the deal is.
So a lot of it's the pictures. I think it depends on how you want to do pictures, and so if you're doing pictures before the wedding, obviously you're gonna see her.
Yeah.
So like it just almost makes more sense to do it before because like you saw it with ours. If you have the wedding, then y'all are sitting around for 3 hours.
Yes.
That's the problem, and it's like we have a cocktail, whatever, but like it's just too long to sit around. So I get it. Like it's the pictures thing.
Yeah, mine's gonna be Katrina and I doing pictures after the ceremony, right at the wedding during the cocktail hour.
nice. Me
That's
and Peter will be at the
what I'm
cocktail
saying.
hour.
And it
Nice.
worked. We did it, and it's fine.
Because
but
we're
I'm
doing all
saying-
our pictures beforehand, and then after you guys be the cocktail hour. That's why I have an hour and a half cocktail hour,
Nice.
so I can catch the last part of it.
Yeah, yeah.
We're gonna shut the cocktail hour down.
I like it.
No,
I want
it's
to
just-
get it, boys. Get it.
And it just brought it really did think. I feel like America should have some more traditions. We have none. I feel like we just have nothing.
Why don't you start some, Peter?
Maybe
I'm gonna have a hot dog heating contest at mine.
There you go. We'll start something stupid. Make it fun. Okay. Oh, and the other thing with that wedding, what I thought he did great was the ceremony was 18 minutes flat. Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah, I think
Everybody's
mine.
having a
I'm
good
guessing that
time.
mine will be similar to John's.
Having a good time.
Sorry, y'all.
Yeah. Just,
No, Joe's was the longest for sure.
Joe, yeah,
Yeah, ours wasn't too bad. Our
yours was
priest
like 45
Frank's
minutes
is
to an
fine.
hour. Yeah,
It was
Franks,
like 45
Franks and
minutes,
Max were in the similar vicinity.
no,
Yeah.
Max was
Max
Max
was
was in a
Max
world
was
all of his
tight
own.
35.
Yeah.
Good Catholic
That-
wedding. The best was one of our other friends. The priest literally read the wrong gospel. It was like an hour and a half. No shit.
That was Joe's without him reading the wrong
It
gospel.
was like, oh my god! I noticed he read it wrong and he restarted. I'm like, oh my god, you got to be joking me. And
There's
the guy
nothing worse than
reread
going to a mass
The
when it's
whole gospel, like
it's all. Oh yeah,
Dude.
no.
I'd be like,
Forget
Padre,
it. Yeah.
Padre, let's move it along.
Yeah.
Wrap it up. Okay, so new segment on the podcast for
new
Frank
segment, Pat.
is crazy stories, and we've kind of done something like this. But this I found a Snapchat thing that provides crazy stories, and it's 7:17, Pat.
It would take 7:37, 20 minutes.
Okay.
You can. We'll close up. We'll lock the doors. Don't worry.
Without keys, yeah.
So okay, so this is gonna be a new segment. I gotta figure out a title for it, but maybe the S&P Crazies or something like that. But some crazy stories that I found, and I thought some of these are kind of insane. All right, this one's just kind of funny. In Arkansas, on a highway, the highway was shut down completely because a truck transporting nacho cheese spilled or topped over, crashed, and these cans just smashed, and you can see a whole like the highway just full of nacho cheese.
The processed cheese,
the
nice.
processed cheese. I'm assuming. Yeah.
Oh, and it's impossible.
Peter,
to
was
get
it the
off.
shredded or the melted kind?
Yeah, you couldn't get it. Might have been better if you would have given everybody tortillas and had them scoop up nacho
I mean,
cheese.
they have no snow plows either, so they can't get anything out of that
Oh
way.
no! I think it was 3 days before this highway was reopened.
That's insane. I wonder what happened to the cheese. They just like scoop it off the side, or just like pick it up?
Yeah, I mean, you're probably shoveling it. Like,
I honestly
mopping,
probably
yeah.
was manual labor, shoveling, getting that onto
That's
a.
insane.
it's like all oil. So
Oh, it is.
That reminds me of the Coors Light truck that got tipped over
Oh,
in
yeah.
Florida, and they shut down the highway for a while.
Yes, me and Chris would have been out there.
Yeah, all they needed to
Collecting.
do was call us, and we would have been down there taking care of that
Yeah,
issue.
would've-
Did you
Yeah.
playing taps? Silence. Totally playing taps.
Here's a good one. So I'll give you a story on top.
Give me a
of
big
story.
ass straw. I'll take care of this.
Chris, don't challenge me with a good time.
Right to the vein. Okay, so in Labrador, I think this is in London or Canada, maybe Canada.
That seems like what it would be.
Okay, a house is being remodeled, and from ceiling to the it's pretty much gutted.
Mm-hmm.
So in the ceiling of the attic, right before the attic, there's a ceiling, and it's pretty deteriorated, kind of on its last limbs. And these guys, construction workers, are working down below. The ceiling gives way and falls, and the contents of the said ceiling hiding spot hit a labor worker, and he had to go to the hospital. Guess what the material that hit him was that sent him to the hospital? Think about remodeling Warwick.
Condoms.
Newspaper.
Close, Chris. Pat, and you guys combine your two.
Huh?
Combine yours and yours. Condoms and magazines. An old guy. So literally, this dude's porno stash.
That's right.
Porno mags. His porno mag stash. Smashed this dude. Put him in the hospital.
All the Playboys, the Playboy magazines.
You know what's even crazier? They're
vintage ones probably worth money.
They were vintage.
Yeah.
Guess how much they were selling for per piece? And they had a ton because they put this dude in the hospital.
$250.
$40 a pop.
Wow.
That's insane. So
I mean, for a magazine, yeah, that's pretty
They
crazy.
made a ton of money, and this poor dude went to the hospital. All right, last one. So this is to you and me, Chris. Indiana woman died after
saw this,
drinking
yeah.
water. Guess how much water she drank?
She
In
drank
20 minutes.
4 bottles in 20 minutes.
4 bottles of water.
In 20 minutes.
Yeah.
What size
I
bottles?
call it a
16 ounce
gallon
ones.
and a half.
No,
Yeah,
2
2
liters.
gallons. 2 gallons.
So 2
drank.
liters, and that's half a gallon.
And she had like her organs got like, what was it called? It's like I forget the name of it, but yeah.
Yeah. Her. So she
Your
had
cells burst, basically.
So her water, or
She had-
her cells were more water than blood,
Yeah.
and then went to her brain, and
Yeah.
then her
Yeah.
brain swelled, and she died.
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
a
shit.
story
That's crazy.
in Iowa, I think it was, where they had a competition like that. You know, the most water you can drink, you win a whatever it is, car, ATV, whatever. And that's what happened. This lady, same thing, drank a ton of water, won the ATV, and died.
How
No,
big
but-
is this? How big was the lady?
She wasn't that
No,
big.
big.
She couldn't get enough water. She was dehydrated.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Think about it. You
Did
and
she have
me-
rabies?
No.
You can
I
die
mean,
from
if she-
drinking too much water.
But I get that.
Think
No,
about half a gallon.
but-
Me and Chris drink.
No, but it was
We drink a gallon, and I drink a half a gallon.
It had to be more, I
but there was
think.
something.
Yeah.
There was something with her that
2 liters in
like she had
20 minutes
She
doesn't
had
seem like that
she had that
much.
thing that tripped her, and then that put her like over the
Yeah.
edge.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, Pierre was just saying
That
she was.
doesn't seem right. It's
Well-
got to be more.
Well,
than
Pierre
that.
was just saying she was dehydrated, so that's what I mean. Like,
Oh,
wasn't
okay,
like
I
yeah,
guess
that's
trying
what
to
I
see
thought.
it.
Maybe
Yeah.
she just couldn't
No,
punch
she
herself.
said she couldn't get enough to drink, so she drank 4
Yeah.
bottles of water. Me and Chris have smashed 3 bottles of water.
No, exactly.
4 bottles of water. Like,
yeah, but
No, I see
there was
like
some- there was something else wrong with it,
competitions
too,
where
though.
they drink like something like 2 gallons.
yeah,
in
think
20
about
minutes. Like that.
Badlands, whatever.
Yeah.
He drinks
He chugs like
a gallon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they had something else. There was something that like she had something that tripped like the thirst thing, and then drinking the water like exasperated.
Yeah,
I believe.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying you can legit drink too much water and die.
No,
As a
absolutely,
healthy
yeah.
I thought it was
person,
at
too.
least a gallon in like an
Yeah.
hour was what would
Yeah.
kill you.
At least if you drink too much milk, you just puke it up.
Yeah.
Insane. I thought that was
I've
the
heard
crazy
stuff
part of that.
like that.
Chris,
She
'cause
was
how
definitely
many
sick.
gallons have we drinking per day in like hours? Like an hour.
to finish this.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was like it was something. Then the water push like exasperated her condition that she had.
I also,
already.
but my dumb went immediately to conspiracy. How did her husband kill this poor lady?
arsenic.
Something in the water.
antifreeze.
Sci-
It's so
Please.
good.
That's what I say, antifreeze.
Cyanide in
Yeah.
the water, boys.
Here's some Gatorade. Want to drink it?
It's very sweet.
Here's here's the Borg for you. It's half vodka, half antifreeze, half water.
Yeah.
Chris, what's on the what we got time wise?
42, 43.
Okay, so we got a little bit more time here. Let me get some feel good stories. I hate that we have to make
Die from water drinking.
no.
That's not feel good.
No, that's definitely not feel good.
That's how the podcast. Pierre normally would save that story
All
for the
right.
end.
Pierre
Where
likes
it would
to- Pierre
like
likes to
kill,
bring it
yeah.
Been
down.
fun, guys.
No, you like that new. I know you guys like that new little segment there. It's all right.
Yeah, it was pretty
good.
okay.
Pretty okay. Just average.
I didn't. Well, you know what I did watch this week, movie wise. So I've been doing movies that have been hits that I've kind of come back and said like. So the first 2 Indiana Jones, you got to rewatch those. They are not that good.
They're very good still.
Indiana
well,
Jones. Excuse me.
No, bro,
They're
go
fantastic.
rewatch the
I
first one.
do.
and
the second one is a little weird. I'll give you
Yes.
with the 8 people, and that was a little weird. Yeah.
Yes.
The bad acting, the insanity.
First
that,
and the third Indiana Jones
can-
are absolute
the first,
gold.
How can he swim
Stop.
in the ocean to a submarine and just hold on to the submarine?
Dude.
Because it's goddamn Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
How
He's
is
a
he not-
man.
We're not playing those games.
Are
It's
you
an
kidding
action
me?
movie in the 80s. Like,
Yes, that's it. Yeah,
It's,
you gotta
It's also the first
it's not
PG-13 movie.
realistic, but it's a fantastic movie. So stop
The acting
it.
is insane on this. Okay. Wait, now you've so now this week I'm watching Marked for Death, which is a
Oh, that is
I don't understand
that is
Steven Seagal.
that is such a
Oh.
BS movie.
Oh my god, he goes to
Well,
Jamaica.
that's different.
Has every gun in his any gun ever made ready to go at these Jamaicans who are using magical
He
powers
goes,
to kill people.
he goes to a mall and fights like 2 guys
Yes!
and pretty much
And
kills
just
them
walks away.
and walks away like nothing ever happened.
I don't think I've seen this one.
Literally throws a guy out a
it's
window.
on HBO. It's
and
the
they know
dumbest
he
thing.
did it,
Yeah.
and he doesn't get arrested.
Guess I'm watching that when we come back from the bars, guys.
Yeah.
Trust me, Pat. You'll get like 5 minutes in. You'll be like, "This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my
I
life."
mean, that's John Wick. I love John Wick.
Oh, no, yeah,
but
it's like all movies. You gotta kind of
they literally
suspend
these dudes like
disbelief-
shooting
the
up a
belief on it.
neighborhood and like there's no police.
He's
There's no police in the whole movie.
He's
No
the master
police
of the
never
dick.
come.
He's the master of the dick shooting, right?
That's a great.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
Those are
the dick,
ridiculous.
or is it no
It's a
kicking the
groin,
dick, right?
It's shooting the
shooting the-
groin and
shooting
punch.
the groin,
It's
yeah.
it's just a
Lot
groin
of
work
groin
in general.
punching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But come on, as a guy, there's nothing better than John Wick. You know what's funny? People said that
I
about
love
Steven
John
Seagal,
Wick.
and we're gonna say kids in 20 years from now are gonna say that about John Wick. Like,
Yeah,
Well,
but I
we'll
mean-
tell them they're wrong.
But I mean, yeah, but like some of those Steven Seagal movies that you go see, like Under Siege, Above the Law, Hard to Kill, those are all great movies.
Under Siege is not bad. I've seen it with Tommy Lee
Yeah.
Jones. That was a
Yeah,
good one.
no, the second one's garbage, but
I
the
didn't
first
remember the
one's
second
good.
one. The second one's on the train,
Yeah,
right?
that's
was
not
pretty
that
trash.
good.
That was trash.
yeah, it was Steven Seagal. What a crazy SOB.
And now he's like huge.
He was like training
Anderson Silva.
Russians.
Anderson
Do you see
Silva, the
that?
front one.
What's up?
He's like training Russian
Oh
army.
yeah,
It's-
yeah, and Joe Rogan makes like dies on this because Steven Seagal is like he knows martial arts, but his type of martial arts is the most half-assed. Like,
Oh, sure.
it's the dumbest thing in the entire
Yeah.
world. Here's two things I want to I'll end on. We'll end on some feel good. And I want to give Pat, because Pat usually gets a lot of shit on this podcast. I have to give him a round of applause. Hit me, Chris.
Can't remember what this is for.
Pat hit a 3-fight parlay last week.
Oh yeah, I did.
Nailed
on
it.
the UFC fight. They were great fights. I watched. If you guys have not seen Derek Lewis hit that fight, you need to watch it.
I thought about picking Lewis, but I don't
haven't seen
want
that
to go
one.
that route.
He kneed the guy within the first 3 seconds. All his teeth are now loose. Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, and,
Wow.
and then Brazil. He's a Brazilian, and Brazil is just on his butt, and it's bad.
I mean, Derek Lewis. I know he's had some skitty fights. I don't want some rough fights. I didn't want to go. I was thinking about betting him. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, his balls were hot, Pat. You need to
Yeah,
bet
he took
on
off
him.
his pants. He took off his pants and
Again?
and he ran around.
Yeah.
Nice, nice.
I'm going to watch that fight
Gotta air it
tonight.
out, baby.
So I had to definitely
Forget hard to
give-
kill, Pat. We're watching Derek Lewis run around with the shorts
Exactly,
off.
exactly.
I definitely had to give Pat props on that. I'm super happy. That actually got me my 25 that I lost.
The Gaethje was the one that people were questioning.
Yeah, that was the toss up there between him and Poirier.
Okay, so let's go through some feel good and we'll get out of here. This will be a perfect podcast. Here we go. Hospitals could use honey and vinegar as antibiotic for low-cost wound care.
Oh, nice.
So think about that. If you're ever at home and your poor little child maybe slips or falls, you push her down, Frank. You could throw a little honey and vinegar on as a low-cost antibiotic.
I wonder if that stings still,
It probably does.
like a peroxide kind of deal.
That's a kind of a good question. Do you think vinegar? I don't know if vinegar.
I would think the
You think
vinegar
the honey? You
would.
think the honey kind of cuts it a little bit? Probably.
I mean, honey has.
I'm sure the sugar-
Antibiotic things.
I'm
Honey
sure the
by
sugar-
itself
yeah.
is
Yeah,
kind of
honey's
like
very
that.
good.
You can, what is it? You can put sugar on like supposedly like cuts and it'll help heal it faster.
Interesting. I didn't know that, Chris.
That one I didn't know.
Frank? Have you seen the bears in China?
Oh, I did.
Oh, yeah,
I saw
they're
this.
This is insane.
They're humans.
No.
Is it a bear or is it a man in a costume? In this,
It's got a
video,
wrinkly
it's
butt.
hard
If
to
it-
They
tell.
made like
got a
an
wrinkly
official,
butt, man.
They made an official statement.
Well,
I saw
China
this.
had to, yeah.
Yeah, it was
But
so funny.
It's
Did you see what you said? Did you see the zoo where they had the
I
lion?
didn't
The
watch the
lion that was
videos.
basically a golden retriever. It was a golden retriever that the one they're like showing like a baby lion, and you look at it and it's like clearly like a golden retriever.
Was the bear Winnie the Pooh?
It could have been. It almost could have been. I mean, it could have been.
Okay, so this is kind of sad. A lady unfortunately lost her father's ashes, but a stranger digged for 4 hours through trash to find them for her.
Oh, what a
She
guy.
threw the ashes away. Goodness.
Well, yeah, it's not great.
Well, sometimes dementia happens, Pat. You know.
Yikes, bikes.
Oh my God! A woman in Houston spent 3 days crawling in storm drains trying to rescue puppies.
That's
Wow, that's a nice
Is
lady.
there a reason that she did that?
Probably just out of the kindness of her heart.
Do they have like some? There's a reason that puppies are down there.
Well, I didn't- we don't
strays?
We don't
You gotta
ask
imagine
questions.
strays.
Give me the article. I'll read it later.
Yeah. All right. We'll do. Let's see. I'll do one more after this. I actually saw this
They not really feel good so far.
in Florida. There's actually this. I don't know how this got combined together, but I'm sorry. There was two actually, and it was a guy in Florida saved a endangered turtle who had gotten stuck on a sea rock bed. He climbed it's crazy. He climbed like army crawled to this turtle, helped the turtle getting back into the water, and it was like endangered. Usually, he could potentially be fined for touching.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that stuff. Yeah.
And you're supposed to call, but it like looked pretty bad. So he literally picked it up and just put it in the water, and it swam away, no issues, and he got back safely. So that was kind of cool.
Good for the turtle.
And then they added this story in there. Palm Beach County smashes all-time record for sea turtle nest with 21,800 and counting.
Nice.
Turtles are banging, guys.
Gotta love that.
That's great because
The sea turtle. Yeah, those sea turtles are always getting screwed with.
It's the lights thing. Did you ever see that? The whole thing with the lights.
No, what's that?
So like they have to turn off the lights because like turtles will swim towards the light thing and it's the moon.
Oh yeah.
And so they'll not swim, but they'll walk towards the city instead of walk towards the ocean. So a lot like when you have turtles hatching, you have to literally the whole city has to turn the lights off.
And then you know what happens with turtles? People go out of their way to run them over on the street.
I didn't know that, Frank. That's interesting.
Yeah, there you go. Little
Fun fact for you, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, last one, and that was good. Thanks, Frank.
Yeah.
See, Frank brings stuff to the podcast.
bring it to the
Nice.
podcast.
You two never bring
I
anything.
torched a cocktail for you today.
Oh, that's nice. Thanks, buddy.
I broke everything.
Molecules that kills most solid cancer tumors cells, leaving others unaffected, shows promise after 20 years of hard work.
Nice.
Ooh.
Let's see if we can figure out what that
Some
molecule is.
science, huh?
Oh yeah, we're always
There we go.
about to
It's my
follow.
realm.
Thank you, aliens.
Phase
Yeah.
one. I'm
Maybe.
not even gonna go in there because that's a great way to end this. Chris, get us out of here. Give him a little. We can't even sing him happy birthday because
No, it's Pat Lynch's birthday. Leave him a comment. Send him an email. Peter, what's the email address?
Ladies and gentlemen, do me a favor. Thank you again for joining us here on a beautiful Saturday night as we get out of here in a hurry. Appreciate you listening to this podcast and all the new podcasts and all the new subscribers. Our numbers have been tremendous, and we truly, truly appreciate that. Hit that like, subscribe. What do we do, Chris?
You're going to ring the bell.
And you can shoot Pat a happy birthday at the S&P.
Email. Send him an email.
Or comment.
Or comment, and hit him at the S&P podcast at gmail.com.
And now we're leaving. Bye.